There's a question psychologists have been quietly studying for decades, and the answer is uncomfortable. It's not your school grades, not your job title, not even your IQ score. The real measure of your intelligence? It's visible in the tiny habits you repeat every single day, and most people have no idea they're doing them. Neuroscience has a name for what happens when you repeat a bad mental habit long enough. It's called synaptic pruning. Your brain literally deletes the pathways you don't use and strengthens the ones you do. That means every day you practice these 6 habits, you are physically rewiring your brain against yourself. Here's what those habits look like. See how many you recognize.
Habit 01. You treat being wrong as a threat instead of data. Here's what happens in your brain the moment someone proves you wrong. The same neural regions that process physical pain light up. Being wrong literally hurts. So your brain invented a defense system. Psychologists call it cognitive dissonance reduction. Instead of updating your belief, you attack the evidence. You attack the messenger. You go silent and walk away angrier than before. The problem? Every time you do this, you train your brain to value comfort over truth. And a mind addicted to comfort cannot grow. The most intelligent people in any room have one thing in common. They say, "I was wrong," faster than everyone else, because they know it's not defeat, it's data. Habit 02. You've quietly decided you already know enough. There's a brutal psychological phenomenon where the less you actually know about something, the more confident you feel about it. It's called the Dunning-Kruger Effect, and it traps millions of people in a permanent state of fake expertise. You stop asking questions. You stop seeking out people who know more than you. You mistake familiarity with mastery. Here's the dangerous part. The smarter you actually get, the more you realize how much you don't know. Ignorance feels like confidence. Knowledge feels like uncertainty. That's not a flaw. It's a sign you're growing. Leonardo da Vinci filled over 13,000 pages of notebooks asking questions until the day he died. The most dangerous words in any language are, "I already know that." Habit 03. You outsource the blame, and with it, your power. Psychologist Julian Rotter identified 2 types of people. Those with an internal locus of control believe their choices shape their outcomes. Those with an external locus believe life just happens to them. The data is stark. External locus individuals consistently show lower achievement, worse mental health, and poorer problem solving across their entire lifetime. Not because they're less capable, but because they've given away the only tool that could actually change things: personal responsibility. Every time you blame the economy, your upbringing, your boss, or bad luck, you are not just excusing yourself, you are training your brain to be helpless. Blame is the most expensive habit in the world. It costs you your agency every single time you use it. Habit 04. You let your emotions make decisions your logic should be making. Neuroscientist Daniel Goleman documented what happens when a strong emotion fires. Your amygdala, the brain's alarm system, can override your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for rational thought. He called it an amygdala hijack. When you're hijacked, you don't think clearly. You send that message you'll regret. You quit. You spend the money. You say things that damage relationships that took years to build. The difference between an emotionally intelligent person and an impulsive one isn't the absence of emotion. It's the 6-second pause before they act on it. That pause is where intelligence lives. You are not your first reaction. Your first reaction is biology. Your second reaction is who you actually are. Habit 05. You mistake your bubble for reality. Your brain has a built-in filter called confirmation bias. It seeks out information that agrees with what you already believe and quietly discards everything else. Left unchecked, this filter turns your worldview into an echo chamber, and you don't even realize it's happening. Researchers at Stanford found that when people were shown the same evidence, those with strong prior beliefs interpreted it as supporting their side, regardless of what it actually said. Every time you dismiss a different perspective before genuinely engaging with it, you're not being strong-minded. You're being intellectually lazy. The most intelligent minds don't look for opinions that match theirs. They look for the best argument against their own position, because that's how they find the truth. Habit 06. You listen to respond, not to understand. Studies from Harvard Business Review show that most people listen at roughly 25% efficiency. While someone else is talking, 75% of their mental bandwidth is already composing a reply, judging the speaker, or thinking about something else entirely. This isn't just rude, it's cognitively expensive. Every conversation becomes a missed lesson. Every relationship becomes shallower than it should be. The highest performing executives, therapists, investors, and leaders in the world share one unusual skill. They make you feel like the most important person in the room when you talk. That's not a social trick, it's a form of intelligence, and it compounds over time. Every person you meet knows something you don't. The question is whether you're too busy talking to find out what it is.
Here's the thing nobody tells you. None of these habits are permanent. The brain is not fixed. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, means that every single one of these patterns can be changed at any age with deliberate practice, but only if you first admit they exist in you. That's the hardest part, because right now some of you are thinking, yeah, I know people exactly like this, and a much smaller group is thinking, wait, that one is me. That second group, those are the ones who are actually going to grow from this. So, which habit hit the closest to home? Tell me in the comments. And if this made you think differently about how your brain actually works, share it with someone who needs to hear it.